The gentlelady from Minnesota, Ms. Bachmann, is recognized for as much time as she might consume.
Mr. Speaker, I thank you, and I also thank the gentlelady from North Carolina for yielding to me. This is a wonderful, delightful resolution to be able to speak on this afternoon. It is the state of Minnesota's 150th birthday. We've had a big party all year. We're going to continue to have a big party all year, and it's my honor to be able to present this resolution before our distinguished body, and also to let the American people know the entire Minnesota delegation has joined me on this resolution, all Democrats, all Republicans. We are united in this great party of celebrating Minnesota's 150th birthday. And Mr. Speaker, as this resolution's author, I rise to support House Resolution 923. As Minnesota turns a very proud 150 years old, we are no worse for the wear as a state. And I am very honored to recognize the contributions that Minnesota has made to the United States economy and to our great heritage of freedom and prosperity. On March 3rd, 1849, Minnesota was established as a United States territory as part of the Northwest Territory, and later we became the 32nd state in this great country on May 11th, 1858. Minnesota is now home to over 5 million very lucky people, and Minnesota is renowned for our welcoming communities, our high-quality schools, and our valuable natural resources. And Minnesotans take advantage of those resources every weekend that we can, our beautiful lakes, our forests, our prairies. Minnesota nice is more than a saying for us. It is our way of life, and we welcome you to come and enjoy our hospitality anytime you get to our great state of Minnesota. We are also known as the Gopher State. We're also known as the North Star State and the land of 10,000 lakes. But truth be told, we actually have over 15,000 lakes in our great state. And our name comes from the Dakota word Minnesota, which means water that reflects the sky. In other words, sky blue waters, and it's that and more. Native Americans continue to play an extremely important role in Minnesota and a defining role in our very proud heritage. The influence of the Native Americans can be seen not only in the names of our local towns and of our local lakes and our natural landmarks, but also in the enduring culture of conservation of the land and the great love that every Minnesotan shares in our bond with the outdoors. It was in 1889 that the St. Mary's Hospital, now known as the world-famous Mayo Clinic, opened its doors to patients in Rochester, Minnesota. They are now known worldwide for their cutting-edge care, and quite often in the news we will hear of yet one more world leader who makes their way to Little Rochester, Minnesota to receive what we know in Minnesota is the finest health care system in the United States. And Minnesota also houses, Mr. Speaker, over 30 institutions of higher education. Education is a very strong value in the state of Minnesota, including the world-renowned University of Minnesota, a world-class research university of which we are all extremely proud, and where the nation's and the world's first open-heart surgery was performed, and also the first bone marrow transplant were performed in the United States. Minnesota continues to be a leader in innovation. In fact, Minnesota is currently home to more than 35 Fortune 500 companies. Yes, we're the state, Mr. Speaker, that gave you spam, and we're the state that gave you the Post-it note. But our rise in corporate and technological prominence has not compromised our agricultural background. Farmland spans over half of Minnesota's 54 million acres. My father was born on a farm and grew up on a farm, and farming is a way of life for many of our Minnesota people. The ag industry is a jewel in Minnesota, and it's Minnesota's second largest job market, employing nearly 80,000 farmers that serve to feed the world. At a time when energy costs and production are dominating the headlines, Minnesota is a national leader in the production and use of renewable energy. We're very proud of this fact, and that helps our nation reduce our dependence on foreign oil. For 150 years, Mr. Speaker, Minnesota has attracted a very special caliber of people marked by our spirit, by our character. The citizens of the state of Minnesota are dedicated to our families. Families are very important. Faith is very important in our state, our communities, and also in our nation. We are people of faith. We're people of charity. We are people of hope and dedication, love and compassion. We have a very high rate of giving in the state of Minnesota. Mr. Speaker, I hope you and my fellow colleagues will join me in recognizing the rich history and the substantial contributions that Minnesota and Minnesotans have made to this great nation. We have a lot to be proud of, Mr. Speaker, and this legislation marks yet one more happy milestone in Minnesota's long history of success. And I yield back.